Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron Fork. It's not Kai's rank. It's a new order. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, we're perfect 10s here with Germany. Indonesia's in the middle of a civil war. I literally don't think we care about that too much. How is our war going with you? You're currently down to 47%. We've taken Moscow. I want to take this because that's apparently your next major city. Let's shrink your line down. Let's extend your line out. And all of this is still looking pretty good. I mean, the war is going to end in our favor eventually. It really is just like a matter of time kind of thing. Do I need to send more units over here? I mean, we could. Armenia has declared war on the Republic of Turkey. I mean, we'll see. Do I think they'll do it? No, but, you know, might as well try it. Let's draw our forces out. Move you here to this. Again, we're just trying to take Russian cities, which I guess are German cities. It depends on how you want to look at this, right? The full accounting. Reichswehr Board of Directors member Han Curl sat in the Fuhrer's office, enjoying a glass of wine with Bormann. Bormann certainly didn't feel it was warranted, given he was here to explain himself, but protocol demanded it. Indeed, we've been selling our assets in Ukraine, but it was all part of an overarching business strategy. It's a strategy I can see no advantage to it. Farman is buying up everything. Facilities that have been shown to be deeply profitable. Curl gave a sly smile. So it would seem, and I'm glad that your ministers were deceived, for it shows our strategy soundness. Profitable they are, but what opportunity cost? With the money raised from selling assets in Ukraine, Reichswehr can instead invest in areas across the Reich. Areas that, with the right nurturing, become vastly more profitable. Farman, on the other hand, will be stuck in the cutoffs of Ukraine while we race ahead. Bormann wasn't quite sure. He had no head for economics, a field that seemed too close to a degenerate field of Jewish banking to interest a man such as him. Still, it certainly sounded as the thought made sense. Okay. I guess we will just take your word for it? Sure. But I do want you on my side. Is the thing that the reformists have too much power? Reduce them, please. Yeah, so supportive isn't, I think, that they're not allied to us, but that they are more favorable to us than the militarist. I think, if I'm reading this correctly, which I might not be, honestly. Faction loyalty, pretty high with you. I want to get the people back on side. My gut says yes. Sure, let's just research this stuff. That sounds good. Have you march your way up north. Have you drive your way to their new capital. And you've got to be close. Yeah, you're close to capitulating. We just need to take a few more cities. Which overall shouldn't be too bad. How many men have we lost in this war so far? 9,000. They've lost 110,000. Yeah, I mean, why would you try to stop us? You fool. You absolute buffoon. Go to Pensa. Go to this city. I want you going here. You're going to go to this city. Fantastic. We've taken your new capital. You're now down to 22. So at midnight tonight, we should see the capitulation here. It might take... It is a big territory. Okay. So then I will need to reorganize Moscow. That's going to take us some time. Okay. With Moscow once again under full German control, the difficult task of reconstruction can finally begin. To address this issue, the Führer has decreed that Moscovian will be supervised by a divisional military administration until reconstruction is over. Okay. Thank you very much. It might take a second. It's not even all of Russia. It's just, but this like small little area is still pretty tough. Then after this, we need 50 points to get you on side. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch you here, and then I'm just going to draw a front line with our field marshal. I mean, he should say yes. We still need 50 political power for this, though. And once that's on side, then we'll be able to finish the 1,000-week Reich forevermore. Summon the Weihwasserführer. At the table are the owners of Germany, Fred Flick, director of the Deutsche Bands. Okay, a lot of people are here. Okay. So you're wondering why I got to do all here. The economy is the backbone of the Reich, and together you have been commanding view of it. I understand what is occurring. Farben suddenly offloading shares. Reichswehr selling his ass in Ukraine. None of this must be beyond my grasp. If they are intimidated, they did not show it. Abs had lit a cigar and began bluffing smoke rings. Flick's face was playing a mask, and as always, Shemans is simply glancing at an empty chair with a distasteful expression. Get the hell out of here. Okay, one thing I do want to do. Presumably, we're at 82%. So actually, I need 2 points here. But that should happen soon. Again, I want to make sure this is all done before this completely collapses. I don't know if there's like a time limit on this or... Well, since it's on stage 1 devastation, so assuming we still have time. Assuming that, of course, when we launch our coup, we don't completely break the country. Which, I mean, is entirely possible. I'm just going to hope that it doesn't happen like that. Let's assign you... Actually, let's delete your plans here, here, and here. Let's also make sure that you're not the same color of blue. But let's assign you to be green. That sounds fine. I'm going to draw you on the front line here. And then Brown Army, I'm going to deploy you on the border with Burgundy. Again, not that I'm worried about going to war with Burgundy. I mean, I am a little bit. But it's not my top concern. Italy is more of a concern for sure than the than Burgundy is, at least for now. Out of my hands. Let us begin with Farben. Herr Abs, how do you explain Farben's recent sale of half its shares for a Deutsche Bank? Surely you realize the damage you're doing to the stock market. Abs plus is scarred leisurely. I do indeed realize, but the decision is out of my hands. While I may hold a plurality of shares in Farben, it is by no means majority. The other board members made the decision, in no smart heart, to reduce the value of my own stake. I suspect. All I can do is monitor the situation, make sure they don't cause a collapse. While Simonson and Flick clearly had a distaste for Abs, they were nodding in agreement. Clearly they considered his assessment of the situation sound. Okay. I mean, I'm trusting... I mean, I shouldn't be, but I'm trusting you for right now. Is it that the performers have too much loyalty here? 55% support. We're at 9. Am I just trying to get to 100 first? Because even after I get the other guy on side, we still have not dismantled one of the factions. Okay, new conflict. Approximately 4 a.m., the Second Patriotic Army initiated a large-scale offensive within a matter of hours, capturing a valuable port of Barranquilla to use as a springboard for its National Socialist Revolution. Okay, so Colombia is now in a war. So you are the liberals. This is about Colombia, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Is there anything I can do that doesn't cost me weapons? Reorganize Second Patriotic Army. Hike up support here. Excellent. So you, the Second Patriotic Army. I mean, if you can win, by all means, I'm happy to see it. We'll try our best. Like, I'm not worried about we having to conquer this guy. But we also need to get up to a lot of political power. We need 50 political power to actually deal with the caucuses here. Get my fear, I must emphasize the difference between plurality and majority. Indeed, Farben is the largest single entity purchasing Reichswehr assets. But about the rest, I expect the other companies will make up the majority of sales. I don't trust them at all. They might crash the economy. Okay, formation of the West African Alliance is West Africa. Okay, okay. I'm not super worried about you right now. Siphon funds, right? 87%. I still need... I need points for everything. That's kind of the issue that we're in right now, is that I kind of have to do a little bit of everything around here. Paper shell. Team investigation into purchasing of Russian assets in Ukraine to confirm that the majority of purchases have been made by companies with almost no previous tangible assets or employees following the paper trail. Has established the majority of the profits from these sales have made their way to Haj Kurl and then further upwards towards Edmund Goodstein. Conclusion in this agency is that these sales are used for laundering of money, source of which is close contacts. Okay, so we're having money laundering issues. We're at 8 points. Do I want to risk 8 points? If there's like a 1 to 2, yeah, and I don't need to worry about this. I don't think. Money for nothing. Borden was enjoying his lunch, a fine steak prepared by his personal chef with fried onions and pepper sauce, when Current Lange burst into the room. Lange paused when he glimpsed the fire in his fierce eyes at being interrupted, but forged ahead nonetheless. My Fuhrer, this is a disaster. The stock market in Frankfurt. He paused for a moment to catch his breath. It's crashed. The companies, the ones purchasing Reichswehr assets, they're nothing. Evidently, some pencil pusher picked up on one and spread the news. Now, every investment that has been made into them is gone. Borden shrugged, cutting a piece of steak. Yes, this is a fool's game. What else? Lauren stuttered. What else, my Fuhrer? This is a disaster. There are riots in Frankfurt. Riots spreading across the Reich as we speak. Countless people have lost everything. Borden felt a churning in his belly and reluctantly lowered his steak. Damn them for ruining his meal. Very cool. The people no longer like us as much. He's on 90% support though. I mean, that's okay, right? That's headless chickens. The dismantle button becomes available once we reach 70% control. Meeting with the Commando de Wehrmacht, suspicious absent one member. Bormann eyed the empty chair with growing suspicion as the generals clucked like mother hens, fussing about troops deployments and armed shipments. Where's Schoner? He asked in a lowered voice, interrupting him. I'm afraid Field Marshal Schoner has been out of contact for the past day, my Fuhrer. All attempts to locate him have failed. Troops under command are simply not responding to communications. Bormann's stomach aches and worsened. Things were becoming increasingly clear, and he didn't like it one bit. Okay, but the Heer is still allied to us. So I mean that's still a positive. Let's do the Land of Fog next. Allied supportive. You're allied to us. Interactions control. Okay. Oh, there's a new thing over here. Okay. The Barons of the Caucasus. And then you is not in a faction, or is in a faction with Germany. Well, let's see what this does. Caucasus is odd. Okay, I need to go down this tree. Militarist loyalists go down. Kriegsmarine loyalists go down. A lot of people lose power. Good. Get them the hell out of here. Work out a deal or traitors must be punished. Inflation will decrease. Political power by 75. Caucasus will join us. Paul Peters made a choice, turns out, is the wrong one. Peter and his cronies self-proclaimed barons of the Caucasus. Back to traitor Goring during the war openly. I thought the Caucasus were on our side. Or we declare war on them. We can work out a deal. Or we can kill them. I want to kill them. Get them out of here. I will have no traitors in my faction. I'm ready to go. I mean, it's going to cause me a lot of power, but the militarists also lose support here, so overall, I think that kind of works out for us. Dismantle. See, it's a conspiracy. Wait, actually, I don't know what I did. To be honest, I just pressed the button. Field Marshal, Bormann said with a grimace. Massaging an aching belly, he stood up his desk and limped forward. I guess I already have more than 70%, right? I have 90%. You seem concerned, my Fuhrer, Schweder responded, shaking his hand with a polite smile. Are you well? Just an upset stomach, Bormann groaned. Field Marshal, you must listen. We are allies, you and I. Together we shall reform the Weimar and drag it to greatness. I'm beginning to believe that Ferdinand and his military scum are planning a coup against me, against you, and against the entire government. He limped back to his desk. My Fuhrer, Spiedel began hesitantly, bemused etched into his face. Where has he gone? Bormann explained. Leaning against his desk with deep exhaustion. He's plotting something, Hans. Scheming in the shadows, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. There is no doubt in my mind. Okay, you're still all allied. Again, I'm not too worried about the slave plantations right now. And then for you, I need to bolster the factions, and I need to arm you. That'll get us up to 100%, and presumably that's going to be good for us, I think. Okay. Battlefold is armed and side heavily, his patience wearing thin. The OKW officers around the table looked equally frustrated. Whether he was healthy or sick, energetic or exhausted, heavily preoccupied or free of time, since his appointment as chief of the OKW, Spadel has never been late to a meeting. Field Marshal Schooner was a different case, of course. He would often swagger in 10 minutes late, making a grand entrance with his trademark sneer. The man had always been a spiteful little snake, but since the Führer's rejection of his venom, he has only grown more poisonous. Despite everything, Schooner is still loyal to the Reich. Spadel valued his advice as an experienced officer, but only for polite rather than practical purposes. Yet an hour had passed and there was no sign of the man, nor had he made any phone calls to the OKW headquarters, not since the riots had begun. Field Marshal, a young soldat, spoke as he entered the meeting room, snapped to attention. We have attempted to contact Field Marshal Schooner and his men to no avail. Spadel slumped down in his chair with an ashen face. The fears mission were true. There could be no denying it. Furnish Schooner was plotting something. Well, we're punishing you. How dare you back Goring? And we got political power off of that as well, which is good because it allows you 10 points. We might lose turn 2. I mean, I could take the risk to tie. 2 to 4, 2 to 4, 1 to 3. It's a 66% chance this works out in my favor. And if it doesn't work, then Italy would still win. So I guess we might as well. We might as well take the gamble. Okay, we have nothing here to take quite yet. 85%. We can supply the second Patriot Army, and we'll send them more drill instructors. Boom, done. And in 2 days, this should be at 100%. What does that do now that you're 100%? I'm assuming that would have started the war, or whatever this is actually supposed to be doing. But maybe not. Also, I need to call you to arms, please, and I need to call you to arms. But I think that at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed it, thumbs up. Not enjoying it, thumbs down. Do you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.